Another day, another ep.
Another day, another dollar.
Ooh, I like that better.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Golden Handcuffs. Here for another episode on Amber's couch.
Welcome back to my couch. Let's get comfy.
Let's do it.
And let's talk some shit.
Let's talk some shit, girl. What's today's episode about?
So today is a little different. We're not really going to start with how our weekend was because, we've seen each other. We've dished it out.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're going to answer questions from all of our fans.
Ooh, the audience. I like that.
The audience, yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who asked us questions. We actually got a lot, so we had to narrow it down and kind of start with a few, and then we'll do a couple more. But keep asking us. Nothing is too outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do the best that we can to answer as honestly and... I was going to say it's PG-13, but that's not true.
Oh, no, we are rated R over here.
So let's start off with our first question then. On that note.
The question is, have you ever seen sexual acts or full-blown sex going down in the club?
What's your answer?
Of course.
Hell yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen grinding, humping, fingering. I've seen it all.
Oh, yeah. I've seen one of the girls I worked with getting her back blown out by the manager.
I'm sorry. I was not expecting you to say back blown out.
Yeah, girl, she was getting railed.
You've seen that?
Oh, yeah, girl, she was getting railed over the couch, doggy style.
During club hours?
Right before we opened, yeah, they were walking in promo tables. And
This can't be a real story.
Oh, yeah, I saw it with my own eyes. I was there.
What, did you turn around or did you watch?
Girl, I didn't watch. I was like, oh, okay, that's how they get down out here. And I was like fresh into California too. That was a couple years ago, yeah.
I'm for the first time in my life, I'm speechless.
Yeah, girl, yeah, they were getting down. But I've also seen the fingering. The fingering in the club, that's almost more cringe because it's like you're in the middle, in front of everybody. Those drunk girls that are just kind of like,
and then it's like, where are you putting your hand after that?
Dude!
Like,
yeah. Also, that finger's already dirty. You know how much stuff he's been touching in that dirty ass club,
yeah.
and he's got it now up in your insides.
Ew.
Like, that's fucked up.
This is definitely rated R.
So, to answer that question, yes, I've definitely seen people.
And people aren't subtle about it either.
No, they don't care. Once they get a little liquid courage, raw and authentic.
Raw and authentic.
Okay, so here's another question. How do you get into the club if you are, in fact, underage?
Ooh.
Have you ever seen anybody underage in the club?
Oh, 1,000%. I've also was in the club underage.
Yeah.
On a school night.
Oh!
With my math teacher.
Stop it!
Mm-hmm.
Christine!
Oh, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But...
Wait, no.
I had a fake ID, though. So I'm assuming these kids have fake IDs. Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I snuck out.
Oh, you're a
He picked me up in his truck. We went to Grand Central Station, and we partied all night.
No wonder your mom didn't trust you.
Oh, I know.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And then went to school the next day, acted like, hey, teacher. What's up, teach?
Yeah.
You know I like the authority figures.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was, it stems back from my childhood.
Oh, shit.
Got it on with the teacher.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good fakes out here, though, these days. And honestly, in a place like LA, the young crowd is like the cool crowd.
It really is. But I would say definitely fake ID or sneak in. But I mean, it's no big deal, really, to me anyway. I don't care.
I don't care unless it's, it's a liability. I sound so old saying that, like, oh, it's not okay. But, like, really, though, we could get in serious trouble if we were to serve an underage kid.
We could get in serious
we
trouble.
We would be in jail.
Wild.
This is a good one because this has happened to me a lot, actually. What happens if a bottle breaks and who's responsible for that?
If the client breaks it, I think it's circumstantial.
100%.
Because some people will drink the whole bottle and then they'll break it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll say their bottle got stolen, which I'm like,
yeah,
I'm watching you. But, that hasn't happened to me often. I've never broken a bottle personally. I don't believe they would make it come out of my paycheck unless it was like an expensive ass bottle. They're going to be like, you're paying market price for that.
Yeah.
But I don't know because it's never happened to me. What about you?
I
want to know.
Break every goddamn weekend. Every weekend we've got broken bottles. It's just part of it.
That you've done or the client?
I've also broken several bottles.
Really?
But they're always Ketel One bottles. And it's because it's like second nature for me to bring out the promoter bottles. It's a Diamante and a Ketel One. And the Diamante has like a little, kind of like, the cap is like a knob. So it like it's like a stopper. And I'm so used to bringing tequila because that's usually the promo. So when it is a Kettle One bottle, I just like grab it by the top thinking my hand is going to be stopped by that stopper. And it's not. And it just, boop, out my hand, just shatters all over the ground.
Oh, no.
Several times. It's like muscle memory, yeah. And I just consistently, boop, 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 drop it.
There's been times where I've came to a table and there's broken glass all in their ice bucket. Ooh. And I'm like, y'all didn't want to tell anybody? There's shattered, y'all are basically sipping on glass.
Yeah, that's a huge hazard.
I know.
The glass.
We immediately clean it up, but some people are just like, whatever.
Right. Or people, so a lot of times when you make shots for people, you know, you're giving the shots or whatever, and people are so used to the acrylic shot glasses that they'll just throw it down into the ice bucket to get rid of it. They don't realize that it's glass, and then they just throw it, and it shatters everywhere. Yeah. I had a guy one time taking a shot, and he didn't realize his shot glass was shattered, and the shard of the shot glass went down into his...
No.
Yeah. And he coughed it up, and I was like, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, no big deal. And I'm like, bro, it was like a bloody, like, shard of a... Talk about a liability.
That's so scary.
It was terrifying.
He, like, could have died.
I know. But bottles break all the time, and yeah, people will try and get free shit out of you all the time. But if you're trying to hustle a bottle server, first of all, we know exactly how much of that bottle you have left because we are dumping it all night long. So if you try and hustle us and say, oh, there was 3 quarters of a bottle... The best that you're going to get is a round of shots, and I guarantee you it's not going to be 1942, okay?
Yeah.
But you're going to think it is. Because you can't hustle a hustler.
Amen. I love that. You really can't.
No, unless it's like a guy that like is well respected in the company or whatever, then you take care of him, whatever he needs. But like, if you're some little kid trying to hustle, somebody who's 10 years older than you, come on.
There's no way.
Yeah. All right, next question.
This person wants to know, as a bottle girl, is there room for growth in the company that you work for?
Bottle girls, I feel like we make such good money and our schedules are so flexible that a lot of times you don't even want to grow within the company. You're just so happy doing what you're doing. Most of the time. I'm sure there's girls that got into management or whatever. But I would say maybe if you're like aging out of bottle service and you're tired of like being in the trenches or whatever, then you probably move to hosting. Just kind of like booking clients and getting a percentage of the sales. It's not like you want to go into management. You know, it's way more hours and it's less pay.
Yeah, I know a couple girls that have gone on to managing and almost every single one didn't love it. Especially in nightlife or a restaurant, you're working like 70 hours a week.
Yeah. On call all the time. Your phone is always ringing. You're always putting out small fires. And like we're already at work late. You know, we get out of there at 2:33. The manager sometimes is there 45 to an hour and a half after us.
Right.
So they're there all night long.
Also, I mean, like we've said in previous episodes, this is definitely a career. It's paying our bills. But with our free time, we're able to like focus on our passion projects or different ways to like level up. Like a lot of girls, what would you say a profession is kind of like the go-to?
I would say real estate.
Yeah, that's like the ongoing joke.
Yeah.
I have my real estate license.
You do. But it's like a sales job, right? So it's the same kind of thing. It's like that hustle mentality. You make your own schedule, which you can very easily do in bottle service. You're working with clients, repeat clients that, you know, are probably buying multiple properties or whatever.
And probably some of the clients you've met in nightlife that have money.
Right.
Yeah.
That, and then I feel like nursing, too. There's a lot of people that get into nursing. A lot of people that put themselves through nursing school with the money that they make from bottle service. But that's a good question.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay. Do you think that the economy affects your tips?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it affects business, tips. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because people don't want to go out and spend their money if they're not making any money.
Oh, yeah. Crypto, let's just talk crypto. When crypto's down, you don't see those crypto boys anymore. Yeah. They disappear.
Yeah.
But here recently, since it's been back up, they're out and about again.
Is that what's happened?
I
don't follow crypto.
Kind of like follows the economy too. So, I mean, definitely.
Well, that silent recession, you know, that everybody was talking about, that everybody in the service industry was like, oh my God, like, what are we going to do? We're going to have to find second jobs, you know?
I know,
because people were holding on to their money, and people still are holding on to their money. Like, let's be real. It's not the same that it was.
Definitely not.
But post-COVID, though, when everybody was getting those stimulus checks and, you know, working on their small businesses and the internet was blowing up, OnlyFans, things like that.
Getting those PPP loans.
I get a lot of OnlyFans girls that come in.
We do too.
Yeah, and they just drop. And I'm like, okay, girl, pay the bill then.
Should we start posting these episodes on OnlyFans and making people subscribe and pay us?
Oh, girl.
Oh my God.
Get it how you live.
I mean, shit, they're making millions per little video.
That's crazy.
Okay, I have one from somebody.
Okay.
What is the typical dress code for nightlife at LA venues?
You get to specify, right?
Yeah, because it's so different.
So different. I don't even know how to answer this question because the dress code that I see is like so far from what I would ever wear or ever see MJ wear. You know, like you're obviously seeing people in sweatpants.
I know, they aren't really
slides,
dressed to impress. It's very
buns.
casual.
Yeah, like just so nonchalant. What I see in the nightclub now, I think of the movie Clueless. Do you remember when Cher is like walking down the aisle and she just like sees these guys? They're like, "What, do they just roll out of bed? What, are we supposed to swoon?" Do you remember that part or no?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
100%.
With the big like the big baggy jeans that come back, the slouch shirt, like people are just dragging their hair everywhere. I'm like, what in the world? That's like the look now.
That is the look. It's like a grunge look.
Dude, that's how
it's a hot look for now, but not forever.
No.
But people come out in the club and even like really like nice 5-star restaurants too.
Yes.
They'll come like that.
So casual. And
even if a nightclub says, first off, if you're going as like somebody that's not spending a lot of money and you just want to go have fun, which is totally fine, I would say still dress to impress because they're going to be more particular about you. If you have money and you're going to buy a table, or if you're an athlete, you can kind of wear whatever the hell you want.
Adam Sandler style.
There's not a lot of consistency with it.
Right.
But I would say if you're just like somebody that wants to have a good night out, I would say dress to impress. But still, LA out here, it's just such a casual lifestyle.
Yeah. I still, though, have seen our door guy be ruthless to men and women. Sometimes I'm like, dang, this is not okay.
Like look you up and down like, no.
Literally. Or be like, you look like trash, brother. Get out of here.
Or
like,
they'll make you pay them, like give me a couple $100.
Maybe.
Per head.
No, they're very strict. Like, I could overhear them talking to each other. And these are grown, like, middle-aged men who aren't all that, you know, just ripping apart these normal people just trying to go out and have a good time, you know? And I'm just like, dude, like, that's fucked up. But at the same time, like, you do want your club to be, you know, full of beautiful people.
What if that was my dad walking by and my dad was just like, oh, what's this spot? Let's try to get in. And then they ripped my dad apart.
I know. It sucks. But when you think about, like, you've got a big buyer coming in and yada yada, you want him to be surrounded by beautiful women, right? Because it's more enticing for him to have a good time and spend and whatever. So it's like I can see both sides, but it is shallow. It's a shallow industry. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. This is a fun one. Have you ever grinded on or danced on a client to get a tip?
Hell no. Who asked that?
It's funny.
I love that question,
yeah, it's a
but
good
like
question.
Maybe though. It's too gay.
I'm guilty of this dance where it's like I'm pretending to like have a good time with the client. I'm like, oh, this is so fun.
Oh yeah, of course,
you know,
but
like,
not
I'm
a
like
full grind.
Fake dancing around, but I'm not like, you know, bent over, ass out on my client, you know.
Can you imagine walking out and seeing me twerking on a client and I'm just like, I'm getting us a tip.
Oh my god.
You're like, what you doing, sis?
What is the craziest thing you've seen a girl do for a tip? For a little piece of change.
I don't know. Probably something that they didn't want to tell me they did.
I saw a girl lick this guy's forehead once.
That's like degrading. Like he told her to lick his forehead?
Yeah, and she did it.
It was probably like sweaty and salty.
Yeah, girl, she did that though. She did it. And she was trying to be all sexy with it too. I was like, girl, you just licked that man's forehead.
What was the tip?
I think it was like $3,000. I mean, it was
I would have done that too.
It was a decent amount for like to do that. I wouldn't have done it personally, but like,
well, I would have needed the whole $3,000. Like that would have been. I'm not taking one for the team on that. Like, give me that money.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing I've seen somebody do. But yeah, no grinding for tips.
Yeah, no, not us anyway. Good questions though.
Yeah, good questions. Keep them coming because it's a lot of stuff that we want to answer, and there are a lot of funny stories that we do have that are just like somewhere deep in the back of our minds, like we've just tried to shut out.
Yep.
So
that will just pop up at the top of our dome. We're like, wait.
Yeah.
So keep them coming.
Keep them coming.
These are fun questions too, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you guys. Keep them coming and make sure to tell your friends, family, anybody you know. Follow Golden Handcuffs Pod.
Subscribe.
Yep. Like, comment. We have TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify.
Hey.
And cut.
Okay, y'all. We'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys.